good, y'all? How y'all been, man? It's been a little minute since we actually talked one-on-one, so I'm happy to see y'all. Basically, I wanted to do a video about my favorite pictures, or like my best pictures, you could say. I'm not gonna say they're the best pictures ever, but for me, these are my favorites, and I figured I would do a video on it because why not? Fuck it. Alright, so this pic is Bloody Osiris and Bloody Dior. This was in LA, I think. We had pulled up to like, I forget what it was, but it was a random pop-up at a store, and we didn't have any access to it. We just followed some people in, it worked, and next thing you know, I was at the very back with Bloody Dior and Bloody Osiris. They had their own little section, and I just pulled up and asked for a few pictures, and I got like a Polaroid. Here, let me, one sec. I actually took this Polaroid as well. That was the same night. Just went in quickly. There's not really a story to this one. I just really liked the picture. This was recently, actually. This was in like what, November, I think. Me and my boss had pulled up to Atlanta, and we did a bunch of content, and we pulled up to Glock 40's Airbnb, or his house. We had shot a few things that eventually didn't come out. I'm not gonna speak on it, but we were at his house, and I got to take a few pictures. And these are definitely some of my favorite pictures, especially this one. The lighting, the trees in the background, like just the way he looks. It's like a top tier picture. It was just one of my favorites for sure. Now this is a picture of Jasiah. This was in LA. This was like a few years ago. I think this was like 2.5 years ago, I believe. Jasiah pulled up like this, face painted all black, all white suit. We had also gotten him a bouquet of flowers, which I think enhanced this picture a lot. But yeah, I think honestly, out of every picture I've taken, this might be my favorite one. I think this is honestly, like, if you look at it and just analyze it, this is my best picture ever, I think. Just the depth of field, the way he's looking directly at the lens, the contrast of the colors, the bouquet that brings the pink out. Yeah, this is just, I don't know, this one's amazing. This one I really liked as well. When I took it, I didn't think anything of it, but when I saw it back and I edited it a little bit, I was like, damn, this is one of them ones as well. And my favorite thing about this picture is the little sign at the bottom there. And it looks like some end of the world shit. Like he's the only person left on earth right now. And it's just him. And you can't see his face, it's just pure black, but you can see his hair. You see his white suit blending in with the clouds. This picture is really one of my favorites as well. This was a moment. This was really cool. Shout out Jasiah. He was really cool. One of the easiest artists to work with. These are some of my favorite pictures as well of Ken. I had taken pictures of Ken before, like 2 years before. Like if you look on my channel, I have a video of when I was on stage with Ken. That was in Montreal, like as he was blowing up-ish, but he was really small back then. I remember I had gotten pictures of Lone backstage, like right before he performed. But as I was about to take pictures of Ken, my film ran out. So like I took a picture, and the picture after that, my film ran out. And I had another one, but it was in my bag. So that's when you can see I took like a digicam video of Ken instead when he was on stage with Lone. So I didn't end up getting any pictures of him, and I was so bummed out. But after Lone's set, they were all walking backstage, and they basically all went back in their trailer, their tents. And I kind of blended in, and I snuck in there. And I basically just waited till it was the right time. And I went up to him and I asked if I could take a few pictures. And I got them done really quickly because I knew I shouldn't be there. But yeah, these two pictures are really some of my favorites because it makes it look like I was in a studio with Ken. That's basically what it looks like. But really, we were just facing like just a trailer, like a white trailer. And I made the highlights go up so it looks more white. But yeah, this was cool because my adrenaline was pumping there because I wasn't supposed to be there. And yeah, that was cool. And I had never really gotten like a good picture of Ken. Like I had one, but I wasn't satisfied with it. And this one I was really happy with. This was in Portugal a few summers ago. This was right after his set, I believe. And he was like running backstage. And at one point he just stopped, and a bunch of photographers just started taking pictures. Luckily, I was in that loop and I got this shot where he was posing for someone else, and I got a snap of him on the side. And this turned out to be one of my favorite pictures just because of how raw it looks. The hair, the grills, I don't know, I love this picture so much. And I was so relieved and happy when I got it back on film because I was in Portugal then. So I got my film developed when I traveled all the way back home. So that was like a few days later, like 5-6 days later. And when I got this photo back, I was like, we got it. So I was so happy. Another one of Uzi was this. This was at Summer Smash. He had came out with like the spiked hair and shit. and he had ran into like the photo pit at one point. And it might not seem like the craziest picture, but I don't know why, but I've always really liked this one. It feels like one of those pictures that you could see at like a museum. Like he looks like a rock star in this picture. Same thing goes for this one. I mean, look at it. He looks like a rock star. He wasn't fully in focus, but I've always still loved this picture so much. I feel like this was such an iconic show for Uzi. It was the first time he came out with the spike hair, and he looked crazy. Like, I think it was definitely one of the coolest sets I've ever seen by an artist, and I was shocked by it. But yeah, shout out Uzi. This is the first time I ever shot lone. This was at Summer Smash like 2-3 years ago. And I remember that day my camera broke. Like, I was taking pictures of Lil Tracy on stage, and I left it on a speaker, and when I picked it back up from the speaker, my shutter was locked. Like, I couldn't take a picture. And basically my boss had given me his film camera, and his film camera had like a bunch of light leaks, but I still took it throughout the day, and I ended up taking this picture. And this is like, I don't know why this picture just came out so good. With like, you could see the light leaks around lone, but it just enhances the picture, I feel like. And yeah, I always really liked this picture. The only thing about this picture I didn't like was the background. It's pretty like random. I like taking them in like at least a fully dark space or a fully white space or in nature. But this was like a boring background, but I'm still happy with the outcome of this one, definitely. Lucki. This was a recent one. This was in Miami just a few months ago. This was in like December, I think. Something like that, yeah. But the team went out to Miami. We did Rolling Loud there, and we shot a bunch of DVDs. And at one point we pulled up on Lucki, and I got these pictures. And honestly, I've met Lucki a few times. He's a really good guy, but I never really gotten the pictures that I like really wanted from meeting him. Like, I always had pictures of him, but I always thought they were mid. Like, they were just cool. But for once, I feel like I got lucky in his element. Like, this is where I wanted to see Lucki in a picture, and I'm really happy I got it done. He looks like a rock star here. He looks like some 80s rock star with his hair blowing in the wind and the private jet in the back. Yeah, this picture too, these two pictures, really happy with these. Metro Boomin. This picture I only put up here. This is a nice picture, but I only put up here because when I had posted it, he had DM'd me, he had commented on the photo, and he was really like genuine about it. So I put it up here because it was a moment for me. It was one of the first times an artist hit me back for a picture, like a big artist like him. So I thought it was really cool. So shout out Metro. This picture is nothing crazy, but the colors are really nice. Alright, so Molly, this was in like June of last year, I think, and we basically found this cave like inside the venue, and we thought it looked crazy. Like, we wanted to shoot a video there. It looked really crazy, and we ended up taking pictures. I also have a video of it. I'm gonna be playing it. I mean, these pictures speak for itself, especially this one. I feel like this picture is just a moment, and I always wanted to take a picture of her grills, her black grills, because that's like one of her most iconic like statement pieces. It would be for pretty much any artist. I mean, black grills. But yeah, this picture turned out amazing. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And yeah, Molly's a really nice person, really genuine, and these are definitely some of my favorite pictures. Pinkpantheress. This one, no crazy story. This is the only picture I ever got of Pinkpantheress, and I think this was the only time I had ever seen her in person. And I love the way the picture came out. It looks like a dream behind her. I think this was the day before, the day of, I got that Uzi picture I was telling y'all about. I think this is one of my favorite pictures just because it's different than my other ones. It's not like a direct portrait. This was him performing, and he like went in the photo pit and got on the stands, and I just took a picture from below, and with the sun reflecting, it just always stayed one of my favorite pictures. I wish I could take more pictures like this, but since I mostly do like portraits of artists, I'm rarely ever like in the direct front taking pictures. So it's rare that I would get like a shot like this, but this was always one of my favorite pictures. Trippie. I mean, this is self-explanatory for the people that know me. Trippie's always been my favorite artist. This was at Summer Smash in Chicago. Right after he performed, it was like hopping in a golf cart. I was able to get a few pictures, and I got lucky that he had just blown out smoke from his blunt, and he looked directly at me. So I got, this is my favorite picture of all time. So yeah, this was definitely like a 10 out of 10 moment for me. This was like a dream come true. One of the things I always wanted to do was just shoot Trippie. So the day that I got him, I was like, damn, like this is it. This was a good day for me, honestly. And I'm gonna remember it forever. Bands. This was in Chicago. This is another one of those pictures like Fago that I was in the photo pit and he came down. This picture, like, I don't know, just the colors, the tones, it shows his real emotion in that moment, and he looks like a rock star. So I always cherish this picture a lot. Rocky, this is the big one. This is definitely not my favorite picture of all time, but this is definitely my favorite story of all time. Essentially, Rocky came to Rolling Loud to perform. He was headlining, and I decided to go in the crowd. I didn't have a pass good enough to go in the media pit, and I didn't have a pass good enough to go backstage. Things happened, and basically I found an ASAP Rocky pass on the floor, and I ran to the photo pit. They let me in because I had the right pass, and next thing you know, I ran on stage and I took this picture. I'm not gonna go more into detail, but I wasn't supposed to be there. Everything fell in line perfectly and I got this picture. And then I immediately ran out and my heart was pumping like crazy. This was definitely the scariest picture I've ever taken, considering I was the only other person on stage when I took that picture. The adrenaline I got from that night, bro, you guys don't even understand. Like, I was shaking. I was literally shaking like till a whole hour later. I couldn't believe what had just happened. If you watch the Rolling Loud live stream, you can see me in the background. And I'm the only one who didn't have like a ASAP Rocky t-shirt on. I had some random ass black and blue shirt, and I had wrapped a white t-shirt on my head because they all had one wrapped around their heads. And I looked completely out of the loop. But I got this picture and it was one of the craziest moments of my life, really. Thank you for watching again. Appreciate y'all. Go crazy, kill it. And yeah, thank you. Peace.